Trump's new border czar, not playing around, announcing that Tom Homan will be overseeing security. And we heard this guy before, and he's got some nice clips. We've got one coming up I'll share with you this morning. But here's what Trump said. It says, I'm pleased to announce that the former ICE director and stalwart on border control, Tom Homan, will be joining the Trump administration in charge of our nation's border, aka the border czar, including but not limited to the southern border, the northern border, all maritime and aviation security. I've known Tom for a long time, and there is nobody better at policing and controlling our borders. Likewise, Tom Homan will be in charge of all deportation of illegal aliens back to their country of origin. Congratulations to Tom. I have no doubt he will do a fantastic and long awaited for job. And if you're not familiar with Tom Homan, here was an amazing clip from him.
We have seen one estimate that says it would cost $88 billion to deport 1 million people a year.
I don't know if that's accurate or not.
Is that what American taxpayers should expect?
What price do you put on national security? Is it worth it?
Is there a way to carry out mass deportation without separating families?
Of course there's. Families can be deported together.
Oh!
We have seen...
All right, so Tom Homan, so just go with them. Go home. If you want to stay together, not that complicated. Pretty interesting appointment. And here was Tom going at it with AOC in Congress some time ago.
Zero tolerance was interpreted as the policy that separated children from their...
If I get arrested for DUI and I have a young child in the car, I'm going to be separated. When I was a police officer in New York and I arrested a father for domestic violence, I separated that father
Mr.
from his
Homan, with
family.
all due respect, legal asylees are not charged with any crime.
When you're in the country illegally, it's violation 8 United States Code 1325.
Seeking asylum is legal.
If you want to seek asylum and go through the port of entry, do it the legal way. The Attorney General of the United States has made that clear.
Okay. Mr. Chair, the memo is submitted to the record for review. Inspector General Costello, one last thing.
I didn't like that one. Goes to the next guys. Tom Homan's coming in. Statement did not say that he would be nominated to run Homeland or ICE. If nominated and confirmed, then he would have a lot of additional power. The statement said that he'll just be the border czar, so we don't know exactly what role that will be. But if Homan is working within the White House, he will have some political authority, not legal authority, if it's just within the White House, to push Trump's secretaries to enforce the immigration laws. We don't know if he's going to be officially in the cabinet or just a political appointee. The border job would give Homan some authority to curb the inflow. These foreign graduates legally fly into airports to fill white-collar jobs. The inflow includes many graduates who are given work permits, many who have tourist visas but work here illegally, and many who take jobs after overstaying their visas. That white-collar migration is on the front burner because of Trump's campaign allies like Elon and Bill Ackman. They fly in legally into airports, and they take these jobs. Trump has repeatedly promised the mass deportation will likely target 1.3 million illegals who have exhausted their basis for staying here, and so that is a nice addition. Trump also came out and weighed in on the Senate battle. We're talking about who the new Senate leader will be since Mitch McConnell is retiring, Senator Mitch McConnell. Any Republican senator seeking the coveted leadership position in the United States Senate must agree to recess appointments in the Senate, without which we will not be able to get people confirmed in a timely manner. Sometimes the votes can take 2 years or more. This is what they did 4 years ago, and we cannot let it happen again. We need positions filled immediately. And additionally, no judges should be approved during this period of time because the Democrats are looking to ram through their judges as the Republicans fight over leadership. This is not acceptable. Thank you. I'm so happy Trump's back on X. Can't wait to have the country communicated with directly from the presidents. Thank you. Yes, great. Thank you. Tell them this is not acceptable. Don't confirm the Democrat judges now. They lost. Elections have consequences. So speaking of running for the Senate, this is Rick Scott, who has emerged as the favored candidate for Team MAGA, not a fan of Mitch McConnell and his leadership. So would be a different change of course, which would be welcomed. Here is what he said on the morning shows.
Now, how do we get Trump's agenda done? How How do we get his nominees done? How do we codify his executive orders? That's what's up for this leadership race right now. So I'm running to change. We've got to have a big change. We got with almost $36 trillion worth of debt, 100,000 people dying of fentanyl or drug overdoses, open border, work military. We have got to change the way the Senate is run to get Trump's agenda done.
Amazing. So that's Rick Scott. And we're still asking questions about that. Trump posted about Tom Homan. And Trump also is picking Elise Stefanik to go to the UN ambassador. Stefanik says, I am honored to nominate Chairwoman Elise Stefanik to serve in my cabinet as U.S. ambassador to the UN. She's incredibly strong, tough, and smart, and America First fighter, he said in a statement. The New York Congresswoman, the fourth-ranking House Republican, has been a strong ally. Stefanik was also the House Republican Conference Chair for a long time. Her aggressive performance during the Trump impeachments made her a, quote, Republican star. She wasn't always Trump's biggest fan, had gotten into it with him a while back. And she posted about this on X. She said, the U.S. is ready for a return to President Trump's maximum pressure campaign against Iran. For too long, our enemies have been emboldened by the weakness of the Biden-Harris administration. With President Trump in charge, peace through strength and maximum pressure on Iran. She shared this link. So when she goes to the UN, I guess that's what she'll be pushing for. Trump to renew maximum pressure campaign. Ties with Tehran, which sought to assassinate him, are likely to be even worse this time around. And when I was at Genius Network, Tucker came and spoke, Tucker Carlson, and he said that there are a lot of very powerful forces that want war with Iran. He said, just believe me when I tell you. Someone asked him, what's your biggest concern? He said, war with Iran. There are a lot of people who are pushing for war with Iran, that it's probably going to happen. He didn't say that specifically, but that's what I took out of it. Trump took a dim view of Iran during his first term, but when he takes office, his approach to Iran is likely to be colored by the knowledge that its agents tried to assassinate him. There will be a lot of forces pushing Trump for war, and we're hopeful that does not happen. People tend to take that stuff personally. If he's going to be hawkish on any country, it's going to be Iran. The people briefed on Trump's plans and in touch with his top advisor said the new team would move rapidly to try to choke off Iran's oil income and use other powers other than war, which is the right maneuver. Trump will get in. He'll have Elise Stefanik over there, and we'll see what this looks like when she's in charge. Here's a clip from her over on the shows.
You're the Republican Conference Chair, Representative. What do you see as the party's top priorities when the 47th President of the United States, Donald Trump, takes office?
We've been very straightforward telling the American people it's securing the border and it's growing our economy. President Trump has laid out his vision and policy plans on both of those. The good news is we know what a secure border looks like. We can go back to President Trump's successful border security policies, and the House passed the Secure the Border Act with every Republican vote, and voters held Democrats accountable. Not a single Democrat voted for that border security bill. So we intend to pass that. Growing the economy, unleashing energy independence, that is key. We passed that bill among House Republicans. President Trump is ready to get to work unleashing American energy dominance. And then, of course, growing the economy by ensuring that we continue to cut taxes for hardworking Americans. That means no tax on tips, no tax for Social Security. These were actually policy agenda items that President Trump rolled out that then Kamala Harris took and rolled out after the fact because they were resonating so significantly among the American people. But crushing this inflation is top of the mind, and we believe a path towards economic growth will help crush this skyrocketing inflation.
All right, so a lot of domestic policy there, but obviously she's going to the UN, and she's been a representative for some time and a leader of many Republican efforts. So we'll see how things go there. But Tom Homan will be the border czar, Rick Scott in the running for the Senate leadership position, and the new administration getting staffed up. All right.